Hello, everybody! Playoffs? We're playing some playoff hockey today. We're here at Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Ohio. Hartford Whalers back in the playoffs for the first time since the 1991-1992 season. Mark Scheifele on the opening draw as that's won by Kent Johnson, as Luke Schenn will give there back to Johnson, who works his way into the zone. Back to the point, intercepted there by Mangiapane, who gives to Patrick Kane. Patrick Kane up the boards, loses possession. Now Zach Werenski picks it up. Long pass over there for Johnson. The Hartford Whalers and Columbus Blue Jackets each with 101 points in the Metro Division this year, along with Pittsburgh and I think the Islanders as well. So 4 teams with 101 points in the standings coming out of the Metro this season. Patrick Laine working his way in. Good defensive play there by Issa Lindell, who was picked up at the trade deadline, playing on this top defensive pairing with Tyson Barrie. Mark Scheifele intercepted in the neutral zone, and it looked like there's going to be a delayed penalty. I saw a hook there, and Columbus will head to the power play. Still with it, though, as they get the extra man on the ice. Kent Johnson, a first shot of this series. That's corralled by Jacob Markstrom. Not even 3 minutes into the game, and we head to the penalty kill as Patrick Kane suffers a hooking penalty there. So early on in this game now, we head to the penalty kill. Boone Jenner wins that back to the point over to Barabanov. Chinakhov now a shot in the slot, blocked in front. And Boone Jenner had a chance, closed off by Cody Ceci. Ceci dumps that up the boards and out of the zone. Picked up by Comfer now. I still skate it back and kill some time. Then wraps it up. But it's picked up by Jenner, still in the zone. Trickles now into the corner for Donovan Dublowitz, the number 3 overall pick in last year's draft. Selected just 1 pick ahead. And a nice glove save there by Jacob Markstrom on a Chinakhov shot right in front. As I was saying, Dublowitz, that's a tongue twister. Donovan Dublowitz picked number 3 overall, 1 spot ahead of Leo Carlson, who of course we selected number 4. And a rip there at the point. And Jacob Markstrom very sharp here so far. Now another defensive zone draw here on the penalty kill for JT Comfer. Boone Jenner, another strong win and a rip from Bachfist. And a good block there by Marcus Foligno as his stick broke on that one. We finally get it deep into Columbus territory, although Bachfist turns up ice and Columbus has a nice rush. Boone Jenner, 2-on-1 here. He closes it on net. Doesn't really get a shot off there, and it's closed up by Markstrom. Now 32 seconds left on this opening power play. The Columbus Blue Jackets finished with the 10th best power play in the regular season. Kent Johnson wins that back. Chinakhov, another shot, he scores! Columbus just so much pressure on this power play, and they find the back of the net there. Igor Chinakhov, the first goal of this series, his first, of course, in this playoff. A nice shot there from the point, just beating the glove of Jacob Markstrom. And I apologize if you folks at home can hear, there's been a car alarm going off. Very windy up here on the East Coast today, so apologies for that, but we'll just call it the goal horn there for Columbus. Now, not even 5 minutes into this series, Hartford already facing a 1-goal deficit. Tyson Barrie will pick that one up in the neutral zone. That skips up along the boards back to Zach Werenski. Luke Schenn to Johnny Gaudreau. He dumps that one into the zone. Looks like Lindell will pick that one up for Hartford. Lindell passes that up. That's Mark Scheifele. Loose puck picked up by Luke Schenn. Now Tyson Barrie back to Scheifele. Scheifele turns it up ice and he's intercepted, although Patrick Kane does recover before Luke Schenn pickpockets him. Nice poke check there by Tyson Barrie, although Patrick Laine does end up back with it, as he'll give to Luke Schenn. Schenn still with it as he works his way into the zone. Right in front for Laine, and a good save there by Markstrom. We haven't even had a shot yet in this game. Almost 7 minutes in. The Hartford Whalers had a very rough end to the season, and that was followed by a previous 18-game point streak, and then we kind of just fell apart there at the end. Here comes Tom Wilson looking for his second Stanley Cup. Now into the corner. Kicks that up for Lawton. Texier now with it for Roslovic. He enters the zone for the Blue Jackets. Centering pass picked up by Sebastian Aho, but Roslovic does recover. Now into the corner, that's Marchenko with it. He kicks back to Texier. In front for Roslovic, and that's going to go! Another soft goal. What is Lawton doing in the back of the net there? And Columbus with another quick one. It's not looking good right now for the Whalers. Nice pass from Texay from behind the net. I mean, Markstrom got a piece on it, but just couldn't hold it there in the glove. And then it goes 5-hole. That's a tough break for the Whalers, who now fall 2-0 early in this one. So the Blue Jackets take a 2-0 lead before I think we've even registered a single shot. And I don't think we've won a single face-off yet either. Not looking good so far. A good hit there by Sean Walker, who gives to Scott Lawton now for Victor Arvidsson. Arvidsson takes it up. Now Tom Wilson with it. Wilson can't get a shot off. Roslovic taking it up ice for Columbus. Strong play there as he skates past a man through contact, and then Markstrom will end up with that one again. Now Leo Carlsson on the draw, as he'll win that one to Orlov. Cody Ceci will feed up to Filip Zadina. Picks up a loose puck along the boards, although he does get pickpocketed there. And now David Jiricek with it for Columbus. He gives to Benstrom. Benstrom over to Dublowitz. Dublowitz working his way in. And he gets closed off there, although he almost generated a nice chance in front. Zadina gives up to Cody Ceci. And Dublowitz picks that one up for Benstrom. Benstrom recovers. Back to the point, blocked by Zadina. And Zadina gives there to Cody Ceci. Now a nice long pass there for Orlov working his way in, although he has no help on a line change here. Jake Evans in front for Foligno, a shot. And that's saved by Merzlikins. It only took 12 minutes, but we finally got a shot here from our fourth line. Now Jake Evans on the draw against Boone Jenner. Tie up there, but picked up by Luke Schenn for Columbus. Now Zach Werenski. Poked away there by Cody Ceci. Now Orlov picks it up, and he works his way ahead to Jake Evans. A chance here developing. Evanson Meisters, he scores! Not only did Jake Evans score our first ever goal. I'm sorry. Correction on that. He scored our first ever game-winning goal for our first win in episode 3. And now he gets our first ever playoff goal. Look at those hands. Nice finish by Jake Evans in front. And our fourth line providing some energy here. Desperate need to get on the board. And we deliver there. Our fourth line just very solid unit all season. Very happy with what they've been able to accomplish. Still out there as Evans ties up. I think that was still Jenner. Now Foligno takes it in. Tries to pass across for Nolan Patrick, but it's intercepted. Now Barabanov takes it in for the Blue Jackets. Fresh off a 50-point season. His first full season as a member of the Columbus Blue Jackets after being traded from the Sharks last trade deadline. Nolan Patrick tried a centering pass, intercepted by Werenski. Now Chinakhov works his way in. Luke Schenn into the slot for Werenski. He scores! He beats the glove of Jacob Markstrom. I'm getting shades back to an episode of last season where Columbus just dismantled us and beat us 8-2. Already up 3-1. And yeah, Markstrom's glove just laid on that. Our defense just not getting the job done. Columbus getting a bunch of good chances in front. Now another face-off here. We have our top line out there. Hopefully they can get something going for us. Boone Jenner wins that one back, although Patrick Kane wins the puck battle as he gives to Mangiapane. Back to Kane, over to Issa Lindell. Lindell takes that in for Hartford. Centering pass for Mangiapane. His shot got deflected. Into the slot for Barry, back to Kane, a shot, and that he couldn't get a clean shot off. Too many passes there. Should have took a shot there a little bit earlier, get a rebound. Good defense there by Mark Scheifele to steal that one. Gives to Mangiapane now for Tyson Barrie. Barrie peels back, now held up along the boards. Roslovic with it. He's been very assertive in this game. Mangiapane trying to fend him off. And finally, Patrick Kane picks that up. Scheifele. And then Kane just goes to the bench. They would have had a good transition spot there, but they opt for the line change instead. Jiricek closed off by Tyson Barrie, who gives to Scott Lawton. Scott Lawton trying to work his way up the boards, and Texay will pick that up back to Roslovic. Poked away, but he does regain possession, but then Tom Wilson will pick that up. Now just 2 minutes left in the first period. Big hit there by Tom Wilson on Jiricek. Arvidsson picks it up in the neutral zone now for Scott Lawton. He loses possession now into the corner, battling with Severson. Kicks along the boards, picked up by Hartford. In front now, Wilson with it. A shot, and that's a save by Merzlikins. Not tested too much. I think, only 3 or 4 shots on goal now with less than a minute to play in this period. Leo Carlson now on the draw as he wins that back for Sean Walker. He gets a shot off save. Lincoln says he was hit off on the shot. Bemstrom hit hard there by Walker. And that's going to be a penalty. Elbowing for Sean Walker. And Hartford will head back to the penalty kill, down 2 goals early in this game. So Columbus 1 for 1 already on this power play, and they had a ton of chances on that first opportunity. Bachfist with it off the face-off win. He gives to Johnny Gaudreau in front, back to the point for Chinakhov, and that's blocked by Foligno. Foligno takes it the other way. Gives over to JT Compher. Hartford with a chance here. And Compher's shot saved by Merzlikins. And Columbus, I don't know if I mentioned, they allowed the least amount of goals of any team in the regular season, so that certainly doesn't bode well for us. Despite that, though, they did allow the most shorthanded goals. They surrendered 10 of those. Compher on the tie-up there. Picked up by Foligno, just seconds left in this period. Aho back to Orlov in front for Foligno, and he couldn't quite get a shot off there. Now 2.3 ticks left in this period. And that's going to do it here in the first period. A sloppy period for Hartford, not what we wanted to see in their first playoff game here in a long time, over about 30 years or so. So the shot total wasn't too bad. I mean, we did get 6, but we allowed 3 goals on 9 shots. Our defense has to shore it up, and Markstrom has to kind of tighten it up as well. Hopefully we can get this penalty kill to start the second. So we will be down a man for about a minute and a half, I believe it is, to start this period. And we need to get something going here. Tied up at the center face-off. Mangiapane picks it up and gives over to Lindell. Lindell, a big hit there as he's closed off. Now Kent Johnson will take it the other way. Johnson poked away by Ceci, although he does regain possession. And a quick shot there by Johnny Gaudreau. A good save by Jacob Markstrom. Now Lawton on the draw against Kent Johnson, correction. Loose puck picked up by Mangiapane. He clears that into the zone as 50 seconds remain on this Columbus power play. A nice feed there for Chinakhov. He has space going ahead. Poked away, and he regains possession, but that's going to go for offside. Compher on the faceoff out there against Boone Jenner. And Jenner wins another one. He's been very strong on the faceoff circle here today. Nice feed there from Dublowitz for Jenner. Now behind the net in front for Barbanoff. He gets a shot off, an easy save there by Markstrom. And Foligno gets the clear. And this Columbus power play dwindles down. Bachfist gives there for Chinakhov. Boone Jenner just 5 seconds down this power play. Jenner being fended off there by Orlov. A nice feed for Dublowitz in front. Back to the point. And they had a second effort there, and I think that went wide. Now Sebastian Aho up the boards, and that pass goes into Columbus territory. Picked up by Dublowitz for Bachfist. Intercepted there by Lawton. Lawton feeds Tom Wilson in front, but that was poked away by Merzlikins. Now Dublowitz with it. Nice feed over there for Chinakhov. Good hit there. And another penalty for Hartford. Another elbowing call. And that looked like a clean one to me. But they're going to send Tom Wilson to the box. And we'll go right back to the penalty kill. Jake Evans on the draw, our lone goal scorer for the Whalers in this one. Kent Johnson wins that one back. Zach Werenski, he shoots wide. In front for Johnson off the ricochet. And Markstrom able to save that one. Another defensive zone face-off here on the penalty kill for Hartford. An ongoing theme in this game. Sean Walker with it. Clears it up the boards. Picked up by Jake Evans. Evans will dump that one in. Picked up by Zach Werenski. Johnny Gaudreau now with it. Good hit there. Not quite sure who that was. That was Evans. Now Nolan Patrick with it. Patrick working his way in. Still with it now in the corner. Battling Patrick Laine, who does ultimately win that battle. Zach Werenski for Johnny Gaudreau. Now Laine a chance and fended off there by Sean Walker. Good recovery. Jake Evans picks that one up in the neutral zone. And he's hit down by Johnson. And finally Columbus commits an elbowing penalty of their own. 36 seconds now of 4-on-4 play. Columbus another face-off win. Compher picks it up though for Arvidsson as he loses a handle in front. Still battling for it is now Johnny Gaudreau will give to Boone Jenner. And Hartford on the power play here for about a minute 20 now. Jenner get to Gaudreau. Back to the point for Werenski. Gets a shot off. Patted away there by Markstrom. Now Tom Wilson with it. A minute left on this power play for Hartford. Lindell will give there for Tyson Barrie. Barrie, ill-advised pass there as that goes astray. Werenski back with it as he clears that one up. Hartford unable to get anything going here in the first half of this power play. Patrick Kane now with it. Nice feed up there for Leo Carlsson, although he's closed off by Bachfist, and Columbus takes over again. Boone Jenner pass for Gaudreau, and Markstrom barely got the pad on that one. Philip Zadina for Barry now. Leo Carlsson, a 2-on-1 here for Hartford. Leo Carlsson for Patrick Kane, a shot in front. And that goes in off a rebound. It could have maybe been executed a little bit smoother there. But ultimately, Hartford does get the goal. Leo Carlsson feeds Patrick Kane in front. And that one goes home on the second effort. Just an easy shot there. And then Merzlikins just couldn't handle the rebound. Patrick Kane, his first playoff goal here as a member of the Hartford Whalers. I feel like so much has happened in this game, and we're not even halfway through. 13:38 left in this second period. Tom Wilson takes it in for Hartford, a shot. Blocker save by Merzlikins. Lawton picks it up. Now Luke Shen pickpockets his former teammate. I believe they played together in Philly. Tom Wilson now with it as he feeds up for Cody Ceci. Ceci loses possession. A battle in the neutral zone as Luke Shen back with it. His pass picked off by Victor Arvidsson, taking it the other way. Arvidsson, some playoff experience there with the Los Angeles Kings. Orlov, his pass for Wilson. He can't get a clean shot off. Wilson back with it in front. Save Merzlikins. Rebound, Victor Arvidsson. And Merzlikins, some good play there. It's really his first flurry of shots he's had to contest here so far in this game. Scheifele on the draw against Dublowitz. As I said, a former 4th overall pick. Patrick Kane, a quick chance in front. Save Merzlikins. Scheifele tried for a centering pass, intercepted by Bemstrom. Scheifele picks it off in the neutral zone, working his way in. His pass intercepted by Bemstrom again. Bemstrom into the offensive zone for Columbus. His shot, rebound in front, Corrali with it, and a good second effort save by Markstrom. Dublowitz now with it. He can't get a clean shot off behind the net, picked up by Scheifele. Cody Ceci takes it up for Hartford. Works his way in. Good vision there by Ceci, but now Bemstrom with it, taking it the other way. He's been very active on this fourth line for the Blue Jackets. Mark Scheifele now with it. Gives over to Cody Ceci. Back to Scheifele up for Mangiapane. A nice long feed over there for Patrick Kane. Has some space going in. Patrick Kane, a shot blocked away by Merzlikins. Mark Scheifele loses possession, picked up by Boone Jenner now to Barabanov. Barabanov with it. Tried a centering pass, poked away by Walker. Down to the corner, Barabanov back for Boone Jenner. Jenner battles his way in front, gets a shot off, and Markstrom closes the door. Now Jenner on the draw against Leo Carlsson. Carlsson wins that one. Sebastian Aho with it. Aho taking it up. He gives back to Carlsson now for Comfer. Picked up by Zadina. His pass intercepted by Werenski. Werenski with it for the Blue Jackets over to Barabanov. Barabanov working his way in and gets a shot off just wide. Comfer battling with it. For it behind the net. Aho gives up to Zadina. And Zadina hit hard there by Patrick Laine. As Merzlikins picks that one up, and he'll freeze with 6:06 left here in the second period. Jake Evans on the draw for Hartford as he ties up Johnson there. Loose puck against the boards picked up by Lindell. Lindell feeds Foligno back to the point for Barry. A shot through traffic as that's deflected away now against the boards. Jake Evans battling for it. Johnny Gaudreau ultimately ends up with it as he takes it the other way. Johnny Gaudreau's shot blocked by Tyson Barry as he takes over and gives up to Marcus Foligno. Foligno's shot, and he scores! Marcus Foligno on the tough angle. I don't know how that one went in. You don't expect him to pull off those kind of shots. That is what I'm talking about here. Foligno, another fourth line goal here. And he just beats Merzlikins on that one, plain and simple. I don't think if you're Merzlikins or really anyone, you're expecting Foligno to just rip that one. And now despite the ugly start, Hartford ties this one up 3-3 as this second period winds down. The fourth line's still out there for Hartford as we have a new hockey game now. Tyson Barry enters the zone for the Whalers. In front for Patrick, a shot, he scores! Nolan Patrick with a playoff goal here. The third from our fourth line. What is going on here? Should we just make the fourth line our top line? I mean, look at this chemistry. Tyson Barrie for Patrick. And Merzlikins kind of falling apart here. I should have mentioned earlier, Elvis Merzlikins, the Columbus Blue Jackets got swept last year in the first round, and Merzlikins had a goals against of over 5. So his playoff tenure so far in his NHL career, not doing too hot. Columbus does win that draw though, Marchenko with it. His centering pass closed off by Esa Lindell. Lindell up for Lawton. He dumps that one in. Into the corner now behind the net. Picked up by Provorov. He's knocked down by Tom Wilson as Marchenko does pick it up. Marchenko, a career year as he set career highs in points and assists. Marchenko works his way in, poked away by Lindell. Although Texier with it. Good battle there in front of the net as Arvidsson will give up to Lawton. Lawton with it battling his former Flyers teammate Provorov. A pass in front for Arvidsson. Arvidsson a shot and a pad saved by his Merzlikins. There was a rebound chance in front, but Marchenko picked it up. He dumps that one in, picked up by Lindell for Hartford. Lindell still with it. A pass there for Patrick Kane. Patrick Kane some space, centering pass for Arvidsson. His shot just goes wide. And that broke the glass. A perfect chance there in front for Arvidsson off a great feed there from Kane. But that's just wide of the goal. Now an offensive zone draw, Scheifele against Jenner. And Jenner, another win there. And then we'll just do it again. So a repeat of that previous draw, 69 seconds left in this second period. Jurasek wins it off the Jenner draw win. Barabanov with it for the Blue Jackets. 45 seconds left in this frame. Loose puck picked up by Scheifele, who gives up to Patrick Kane. 25 ticks now. Kane works his way in. Centering pass, and Barabanov picks that off. Kane picks it up though, shot. Merzlikins pad save. Orlov for Kane, he tried a centering pass there for Mangiapane. And a good hit there. I think that was Orlov with a physical hit there to end this period. Hartford comes alive there in the second period, and we have the lead now heading into the third period. Let's see if we can hold here and take the lead in this series. Now we're set here to start the third period, and let's see if Hartford can hang on here in this wacky game one here at Nationwide Arena. And Luke Schenn with it off the faceoff win. A nice feed up to Johnny Gaudreau, back for Zach Werenski. Werenski gets some space, back for Gaudreau, a block shot. Picked up by Esa Lindell. Mangiapane, a nice give there for Patrick Kane, back to Scheifele. His shot deflected into the corner, picked up by Luke Schenn. We had the car alarm going off earlier, and now we got a helicopter flying overhead. Ken Johnson a shot, pad save, and Patrick Laine, a perfect chance there to finish that rebound, and I think Markstrom closed that one off, or maybe Laine couldn't get a clean shot off in congestion. Zach Werenski a rip, deflected away. Now Mangiapane over for Tyson Barrie. Barrie up for Mark Scheifele. Loose puck picked up by Werenski. Patrick Laine, and of course, many of you may remember the episode where Patrick Laine scored a hat trick against us. Johnny Gaudreau has saved Markstrom. Gaudreau back to the point for Werenski, a rip. Glove save, rebound in front, and Lindell gets that one. He'll take it up, and now peels back behind the net over for Mangiapane. Patrick Kane now back for Lindell. Lindell takes it up, poked away in the neutral zone. Boone Jenner can't handle it off the bench. Now Victor Arvidsson with it will take it in for Hartford. Werenski pickpockets him, and now he gives to Boone Jenner. Columbus a rush here. Boone Jenner goes wide. Now into the corner, closed off there by Ceci and Arvidsson. And now Markstrom with it, he'll freeze it. Already 5 minutes gone through here in this third period. And this ever pivotal game one. I'm really interested to see if we can hold on here. Scott Lawton now out there against Boone Jenner. And of course, Boone Jenner wins another one. He's got to be at like 80% on the faceoff circle. Bachfist a chance in front. Rebound picked up by Cody Ceci. And now Tom Wilson will take it up. He dumps that in, will give chase. Bachfist picks up in the corner, held up against the boards by Wilson. A shot in front for Arvidsson off a nice Scott Lawton pass on the side of the net. Merzlikins saves that one. Columbus now 22-11 advantage on the faceoff draw. Doubling Hartford's attempt here. Loose puck over to Boone Jenner. He brings it up the boards. Good hit there by Tom Wilson. Two of the most physical players here on the ice in this series. JT Compher will now take it up. He loses possession. Ivan Provorov over to Bachfist. Now Roslovic with it. He takes it in for Columbus. Good close off there by Cody Ceci as he gains possession. Gives over to Comfer, although Marchenko picks it up and gives to Roslovic. Now Texier for the Blue Jackets. Into the corner. Front for Marchenko, and a good save there by Markstrom. A good chance generated there by Texier. But Markstrom, he's getting a little bit better as this game goes on. Now Leo Carlsson back out there, fresh off an assist last period on that Patrick Kane goal. Columbus with it. Irsek at the point. That goes into the corner, picked up by Orlov now for Hartford. He gives over to Cody Ceci. Ceci, a nice feed for Comfer. He has some space. Comfer a rip, and that goes wide. Now Carlson, and his pass for Ceci is going to go all the way back into Hartford territory behind the net. Orlov now with it, looking for another Stanley Cup championship here in this postseason. Peels back behind the net now in front for Zadina. He'll give up to Leo Carlsson, and Carlsson loses that off a hit. Marchenko will now take it in. He loses possession. Now we're over halfway through this third period. Leo Carlsson picked off there at the point by Marchenko, and now Irsek will take it in for the Blue Jackets. Huge hit there by Cody Ceci. We are losing the face-off draw, but we are out-hitting them by a good margin, I think, right now. Leo Carlsson tried a long pass there, picked off in the neutral zone. That's going to go for an offside. Now only 8:53 left in this third period. I feel like this one's kind of flown by. And we'll revisit that Cody Ceci hit. And I feel like something EA should add in these playoff series here in NHL, maybe like a intensity meter or something like that. You know, it's playoff hockey. There's really nothing more intense than that. And a big hit like that should kind of shift either like momentum or add to like the intensity of the game or something like that. I feel like that would make it a little more fun to play as Markstrom hangs on there in a tough situation. That was a little sketchy. But I feel like that would bring a new dynamic and a fresh kind of something just fresh to playing these playoff series here in your franchise. And now Nolan Patrick with it. Skates around, loses possession. Now picked up by Lindell. Lindell will bring it up. He gives over to Scheifele with some space. Scheifele closed off there now. Patrick Kane with it. Intercepted by Bemstrom. He's been super active for Columbus. A shot, rebound in front. And that goes into the corner. Scheifele with it for the Whalers. Picked up by Luke Schenn. Now to Gaudreau. Werenski with it. Now Patrick Laine over to Gaudreau. He's hit, loses possession, although he does pick it back up. Now along the boards for Werenski to Laine. Luke Schenn back to Werenski. A shot. And that's deflected away. Picked up by Tyson Barrie. Held up by Dublowitz. Werenski to Gaudreau. Luke Schenn back to Werenski. Shot blocked. And now Mangiapane's going the other way. He gives to Patrick Kane now on a breakaway. Patty Kane. He's denied there by Merzlikins. That would have been the nail in the coffin. Columbus still with life here. Gaudreau gives to Luke Schenn. Now a feed for Kent Johnson. Johnson loses possession on a Lindell hit. Loose puck now picked up by Lindell. 4 minutes left in this game. Or regulation, rather. Bachfist to Gaudreau. Back to Bachfist. Boone Jenner. Provorov skates up. His shot save by Markstrom. Now Laine into the corner. Kicks around the boards for Sean Walker as he'll take it up for Hartford. He gives over to Tom Wilson. Now Scott Lawton as Hartford has a chance here in transition. Scott Lawton closed off by Ivan Provorov. Now back for Wilson. Arvidsson picks up the loose puck. A quick shot in front and a good save by Merzlikins. Still battling behind the net as time continues to tick. Bachfist now feeds up to Chinakhov, to Gaudreau. Poked away there by Lindell as Leo Carlsson will take it the other way for Hartford. Leo Carlsson enters the zone, tries to dance in as he keeps possession. A nice move, but he can't get a shot off. Now Boone Jenner up to Barabanov. And a minute left here in regulation for Columbus to tie it up. Barabanov a chance, and he scores! Oh, man. I thought we were going to be able to close in this one. Barabanov a nice chance there off a good feed as he separated there. Chinakhov with some separation, and he feeds up to Barabanov. Chinakhov to Barabanov, and the Columbus knots it up here with just less than a minute left in regulation. Tough break here for Hartford. Markstrom kind of solidified himself here after the first period, but just couldn't hold on long enough. Hartford wins that draw. Now Foligno intercepted. Boone Jenner will give to Chinakhov. Closed off there, but I was going to say he gets the centering pass off, but it is intercepted by Nolan Patrick. Patrick dumps it in now. And I think that went out of play. And Patrick Kane had a chance on that breakaway. but he couldn't finish, and then Columbus takes it the other way and scores. Columbus wins that face-off draw. Jurasek with it. His pass to Roslovic for Texier. Now into the Hartford zone. Less than 10 seconds now on the clock. Kicked up to Roslovic. His pass goes astray, and that's probably going to do it here. So the Whalers enter this third period up 4-3, and they just couldn't hold on as they surrendered that goal with less than a minute left in regulation. Playoff hockey, we're going to have some overtime hockey here in Game 1. Columbus out-shooting Hartford 27-19. Let's see if we can get something going here in overtime. You love playoff hockey, and you love overtime playoff hockey. Mangiapane squanders that face-off win, although he does get it back on the forecheck in front for Kane. A backhand chance off a nice feed from behind the net. Merzlikins closes the door on that one. The top line still out there as Hartford an offensive zone chance here. They do lose the draw, though, of course, as Schenn will give up to Laine. Laine, a nice split there. Gives to Gaudreau. Back to Laine. And a great save there by Markstrom. Gaudreau, another chance. Loose puck. And that's picked up by Mangiapane. I don't know how Markstrom managed to save that one. Columbus, another rush here. Gaudreau tries to dance his way and loses the handle. Picked up by Mark Scheifele. Tyson Barrie with it. Barrie takes it up. Dumps it in around the boards. And that goes right to Luke Schenn. And he's able to get that away to Laine, now up to Gaudreau. Gaudreau working against Tyson Barrie. A nice shot there, and that's corralled by Markstrom. And that'll bring up a defensive zone face-off for Hartford. Scott Laughton out there against Boone Jenner. Columbus now 26-14 in the face-off circle. A rebound goes right to Issa Lindell. And Arvidsson and Tom Wilson working the other way. Arvidsson back for Scott Laughton, a shot. And that's gloved away by Merzlikins, now against the boards. And it looks like Tyson Barrie was tripped up. But I don't think they're calling a delayed penalty. Lindell's pass goes to straighten up. Luke Schenn with it in the neutral zone. Barabanov picked off by Wilson. Columbus takes back over. Luke Schenn takes it in. Schenn works his way towards the net. Now behind the net for Chinakhov. Poked away. Still with it, Chinakhov. As that's picked up now by Tom Wilson going the other way. Tom Wilson works his way a shot. And that's gloved by Merzlikins. Scott Laughton still on the draw against that. Now Jordan Roslovic for Columbus. Laughton wins that back to Ceci. Orlov can't get a shot off. Bachfist will give to Marchenko going the other way for the Blue Jackets. Great hit there by Orlov in the open ice. Carlson now with it in the neutral zone. Picked up by Cody Ceci off a deflected pass. Ceci with it, a feed for Leo Carlson. He scores! Leo Carlson, his first ever playoff goal. Let's go. A good feed there from Cody Ceci. And Hartford takes game 1 on the road. A lot of Hartford Whalers fans there in attendance here in Columbus. I know it's not too far, but still surprised to see all that blue and green out there. Ceci, a nice feed for Carlson, and he knocks down the water bottle. Hartford takes the ever pivotal game 1 off Leo Carlson's first ever career playoff goal. What a good win here for Hartford. Battled back, down 3-1 after the first period, and we never said die. Markstrom, some huge saves there down the stretch, especially on that early chance from Columbus. Let's go. Huge win here in Columbus. We win 5-4 and take a 1-0 series lead. Tyson Barrie, the third star, with 3 assists. Great performance from him, even on the defensive side of things. Jake Evans got our first goal. First ever playoff goal for us in this series. A goal and assist and 4 hits for him. And the first star is Igor Chinakhov. I thought maybe Carlson would be it with that goal, that game-winning goal and an assist, but they give it to the Blue Jacket with 3 points. So obviously a great win there in Game 1. We come back, we win in overtime, and let's see if we can keep that momentum going here in Game 2. We're just going to simulate this one, of course, a live simulation, and if it comes down to the wire, we'll jump into it. Early power play for Hartford, although we do not score. 5 minutes now into this first period. And we'll probably just simulate the entire second period. I don't think we'll let that one play out. but I at least wanted to see how this one starts. Now over halfway through the first period, even in shots 7-7 apiece. Still no scoring. Now less than 5 minutes here. 10 shots to 7 for Hartford. And it looks like we're going to have a scoreless first period. We do score with 1 second left. Scott Lawton. You can't make that up. 1 second left, and Hartford takes a 1-0 lead. So now for the second period, we'll just simulate it all together. We're not going to watch this one play out. And no scoring there in the second period. 21 shots for Columbus, 17 for Hartford. And now we'll just live sim the rest of this game. Let's see if we can hold on to this 1-0 lead. Now over 5 minutes played here. 25 shots for Columbus now, 26. Still going. So what, 9 goals in game 1? And only 1 here with less than 10 minutes of regulation. Wow, this is coming along pretty close here. Less than 5 minutes now. They scored with less than a minute left to tie it last game. Let's see if we can not rewrite that script. And Hartford hangs on here. The lone goal came in the first period with 1 second left. And then Jacob Markstrom goes on to post a shutout, stopping all 28 shots he faced. A good effort there by Merzlikins, but Scott Lawton puts away that game-winning goal. And I was going to say, and Sammy Maki is available to play. Our first overall pick rookie defenseman. I honestly kind of forgot about him being in the fold here. We are going to hold off on that. I mean, we go up 2-0. Might as well just stick with what's working. And I think we will just simulate one here. Maybe wanted to play the home debut here for our playoff series, but we'll just play the game 4. We'll play our second home game here. So let's go ahead and do it again. We'll just simulate this first period. And tied up, Texier gets on the board, and Patrick Kane scores his second of the series. And now Hartford goes up 2-1 with a Mark Scheifele goal there. So now we'll just let the third period play out here. 23 shots to 15, Hartford. And Donovan Dublowitz with his first career playoff goal. Mark Scheifele, though, with another one about a minute after Dublowitz. And I think if someone else scores here, we'll kind of jump in and see the rest play out. Mark Scheifele with 2 here. Hartford on a power play now. Although Columbus kills that off. Now less than 7 minutes left of regulation here in Game 3. Hartford looking to jump up 3-0 in the series. Now less than 2 minutes left. Let's see if we can hold on again. Another 1-goal game that Hartford wins. We win our home playoff debut in this series as we defeat the Columbus Blue Jackets 3-2. And now we'll take a look at the playoff tree and just get an update on this. Arizona leads Nashville 2-1. Only one series so far complete as Minnesota sweeps Los Angeles 4-0. And for those who didn't keep up with past episodes or whatnot, Minnesota is the top seed in the Western Conference. Anaheim's up 2-1 on Seattle, a surprise playoff team. And Edmonton, the reigning Stanley Cup champions, trail Chicago 3-1. Of course, we have a 3-0 series lead on the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Rangers lead the Islanders there 3-1. Toronto up 2-1 on Florida. And Pittsburgh up 3-1 on Buffalo. And I was going to save Game 4 for next episode, but being that we're up 3-0, let's see if we can just get the sweep here. 3 straight 1-goal wins for Hartford to start their playoff run here in this series. 1-1 after the first period, Tom Wilson his first, and Dublowitz, he gets another one here. Now Columbus takes a 2-1 lead after the second, and we'll live sim. If we tie it up, we will jump into this game. Another close game that's probably going to come down to the wire. Over 5 now played in the third. Columbus on a power play. That was a quick kill for Hartford. And Hartford now goes on the power play, so I think each team committed a penalty there. And Columbus scores Luke Shen on Scott Wedgwood. So did Jacob Markstrom get hurt? That would just be a super buzzkill. Less than a minute now. And it looks like Columbus will get a win here in the series. They take game 4, and now Hartford. We can't get the sweep, but obviously now we still only need to win 1. So luckily Markstrom was not injured, at least not for any games. So with that, we're just going to simulate one more game. Let's see if we can close this series in this episode. If not, we'll do game 6 and game 7, or game 6 and maybe game 7. Hopefully we don't stretch it out that far, but we'll save that for next episode if it gets to that point. So we do jump up 1-0, a power play goal there from Patrick Kane, his 3rd in the series. Patrick Kane with a Patty Hattie here. He scores the first 3 goals of the game as Hartford jumped up 3-1. Patrick Laine gets Columbus on the board. So a 3-1 lead into the 3rd. And let's see if we can hold strong here to close out this series. Patrick Kane, that's what we're talking about. I think 5 goals in 5 games of this series so far. No scoring still, as we're about halfway through this 3rd period. Less than 10 now, and it's looking pretty good. Hartford on a power play, but Columbus kills that one off. And Tyson Barrie with the dagger. Hartford up 4-1, and we're going to take this series, ladies and gentlemen. Less than a minute now. And the Hartford Whalers have defeated the Columbus Blue Jackets 4-1. And that replicates the series as we take the series 4-1 as well and advance to the 2nd round of the NHL Playoffs. Patrick Kane with a hat trick in this series clinching win. Markstrom, a tremendous performance. He's been very strong. 31 saves on 32 shots. And then the captain, Andrew Mangiapane, with a couple assists. That is awesome. I honestly did not know what to expect in that series, but I will certainly take the series win. So we'll sim along and finish out this first round and close this episode. I'm not going to go to the whole playoff tree, but so far you can kind of see there at the bottom towards the right side. Chicago defeats the defending Stanley Cup champion, Edmonton Oilers 4-1 in that series. Wild, as we said, swept the Kings. And then Seattle now up 3-2 on the Ducks. Nashville up 3-2 on the Coyotes. And Hartford advances. Toronto advances. And then a couple 3-2 series with Rangers up on the Islanders. And the Penguins up on the Sabres. So we'll sim along and see if we get any series deciding wins here. Still nothing in the West. So Pittsburgh does take that series. And they advance to the next round. So I think both wildcard teams here, Pittsburgh and Hartford, advance to the 2nd round. The Islanders and Rangers, a pivotal Game 7 there. And the Rangers, the President's Trophy winners, wouldn't that be on character if they got outed here in the first round? And they do. The Islanders defeat the Rangers in Game 7 and eliminate the top team in the regular season. So 3 Metro teams will make up the 2nd round of the Eastern Conference. Nashville takes that series 4-2 against Arizona. And now Anaheim against Seattle in a Game 7. And Anaheim takes that, and we're going to be taking on the New York Islanders in the 2nd round of the NHL Playoffs. So to close this episode, we will get a quick look at the Islanders' lines. And they've been a very strong team so far in this series. We're in year 2. Last year they won the Metro. They started off the season as the leaders in the Metro, and then the Rangers were just too strong and kind of took over that top spot. So this top line is Bo Horvat, Matt Barzal, and Josh Bailey. Bo Horvat has been very productive. Back-to-back 37-goal seasons. 92 points last year. Kind of a dip here at 71, but obviously still a productive season. Matt Barzal, probably the best player on this Islanders team. He had 10 points in that series against the Rangers. Josh Bailey, now 35 years old. Staying productive, though. And 7 points in that first series against the Rangers. David Perron on the second line. Brock Nelson, Jean-Gabriel Pageau. Peugeot, correction. A very experienced older team here. I mean, really everyone's like 30 years old at least. A lot of 33, 35, 36-year-olds. Anders Lee, 34, their captain. Mikael Backlund, 36 years old. Kyle Palmieri, 34 years old. Paul Stastny, 39. Like, this has to be the oldest set of forwards in the entire league. On defense, Evan Pellich, Ryan Pulak, a very strong front there. Alexander Romanov, he's a potential free agent target for us if he hits the market. Ali Mata, Cizikas. Cizikas a center playing defense in this one. Interesting. Vakanainen. So I think the defensive unit kind of an area we could exploit in this series. Okay, so no Dobson. He's someone I forgot about. He's scratched or hurt right now. So that's a big loss on defense. Pius Suter, he was someone I thought about in the offseason, but he only ended up playing. I know he got traded to the Islanders at the deadline from Chicago, and then only ended up playing a couple games. And Nick Cousins, former Hartford Whaler, we traded him to Vegas last year, and then he signed with the Islanders in the offseason and ended up playing about half the season. At goalie, they do have Ilya Sorokin. He won the Vezina last season, and he's really the difference maker for him. I think if the Islanders are going to beat us in this series, I think he's going to be the outlier. Although we've had very strong goaltending ourselves from Jacob Markstrom. So that's probably going to do it here in this episode. I really appreciate everyone sticking around for this playoff run. You know, it's year 2. We're already playing playoff hockey, and we already have a series win under our belt. So I'm very excited with what the future holds. In next episode, of course, we're going to dive into the New York Islanders series here with Game 1. So, as always, everybody, it's been real and be well. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.